I found her, a 28-year-old woman, I found her TikTok after we went on a date. Okay. Interesting.
Found. Oops, I found this.
Yeah,
Oh,
right?
I found your TikTok by accident. This is honestly not something I expected to post about, but here's the thing. I have known this woman, who's 28, for a while since we are in the same friend groups. She's a nice person, attractive, and honestly, I've always enjoyed my talks with her. A few weeks ago, I asked her out on a date. I figured if she says no, it's fine, but she actually agreed. We went on a date this past Saturday, and honestly, I thought it was awesome. We went out to dinner, had drinks, spent the rest of the night talking, and we even took a walk on a walking bridge over the town's lake. It's not a big one. I dropped her off and was elated. I absolutely loved the night. However, that night when I was scrolling through TikTok on my bed, a post from her, I didn't follow nor knew she had a TikTok, appeared on my For You page. Essentially, she said in the post, "Getting ready for a date I really don't want to go to." That was like a bucket of ice water being thrown on my head. I was so freaking happy, and I just found out she didn't want to go on a date with me. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying she has to want it, but please let me know if that's the case. We don't need to go out. We can forget I even asked her out, but doing this on the internet, it made me self-conscious. Not sure if that's the right word. Now, I'm unsure about what to do. Should I tell her I saw this or just forget about it? Honestly, it really hurt me, and I'm not really sure I want to give this another try. I mean, she didn't want to go out with me in the first place, right? Damn.
That's really sad.
That's super sad.
Yeah. So, I mean, I was making a joke that he accidentally found her TikTok, but it sounds like he really was not trying to find it.
Yeah, he stumbled upon that.
For You pages are weird, and they
like know your circle and who you're interacting with. Where's the asshole? Is he asking if he's the asshole for asking her out in the first place?
So this is relationship advice. So he's actually not asking. He's just saying a situation. He's asking for advice on what to do. Should he confront her or should he let it go? I do think there is obviously an asshole. I think she's totally an asshole for doing that.
Yeah.
That to me is insane. Unless we're missing a bunch of context and he's really creepy or
she felt threatened, like she had to say,
or she felt pressured. But I'm not getting that sense based on this. That would have to be a complete flip from the information we have. I think get ready with me while I go on a date that I don't want to go on, knowing that that person could potentially see that.
Yeah, that's definitely tough. I think. I mean, I think the important thing is we are missing a lot of context, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, because the thing with social media is, she could have just been putting that out there as like a hook. She's like, oh, I really want people to watch my TikTok. People will watch it if I talk about a date I don't want to go on. That's interesting. That's
we don't
drama.
know what kind of content she makes. It could be a joke because she's already getting ready.
Yeah, like, and truly the only way to figure that out would be to communicate. So my best advice to this guy would be, just bring it up. I don't think it's like, I saw your TikTok, but I think it's like, hey, I saw this TikTok. I was super psyched about our date. I thought that you felt the same way, but this suggests otherwise. Like, I wasn't digging around, but I just came across this. Like, do you have anything to share about it? And I feel like she can also step up and she can decide if the date did go well and she's super embarrassed, she can be like, that's so my bad, you're right. Like, I was just nervous, as people do get on first dates. Like, those, you kind of don't want to go on any first date because you're like, dates are tough and hard.
Circling back, he said, I have known this woman for a while since we were in the same friend groups. Someone that he knew and knows her could have seen it. It's entirely possible. If I saw that, if I had a friend who was going on a date and I saw their date post that, I would probably let my friend know. I'd be like, hey, is this a joke? Is this, what is this?
Yeah,
not cool.
Like that's kind of rude. He's probably going to see that.
It's super rude. My hope is that maybe he didn't see the date. Maybe it's something she had posted a while ago.
Right.
I do agree. It's something you could post as a joke or trying to get engagement if you're trying to get followers. Mm-hmm. If I don't know, but I think if I were him, I know, unfortunately, if I was in his position, I probably wouldn't say anything.
I was going to say the same thing. I think I would give the same advice as you, but I think if I were him, I would not say anything.
I'd probably just kind of be like, all right, I'm going to hold off, and if she wants to go on a second date and says something, cool. Otherwise, I'm just going to probably not say anything and see if she even, if I think she's not interested, then I would be like, I'll just back off.
What if like the second date, like she initiates it, it goes super well, like does anything
then
get brought up?
Then I would go, okay.
I would probably bring it up in that instance and say, I thought you didn't want to go on this because I saw your TikTok.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would then bring it up on the second date. I would believe if she initiated a second date, I would then be like, okay, she actually is interested, and maybe that's a joke. Maybe it's just, maybe I misunderstood.
That is totally fair. Because again, I feel like you think about the protocol after a first date, and it's usually just like trying to pick up on any clues if both of you want a second date.
Yeah.
And I think if you pick that clue up, it's kind of like, okay, I'm just gonna back off.
Yeah.
But I only really suggested that because it does seem like he's pretty giddy about her, and I've been there. I feel like it sucks when you're on a first date that you feel like you're vibing with, and you thought that they were vibing, and then you're like, wait, what? Like you weren't that?
I think that's the right advice. And while I still wouldn't take it, while I wouldn't take that advice myself, I do see how that would be better if I were to do that, because otherwise I am going to perpetually be thinking about that.
Oh, yeah.
Every time I see her, I'm just not going to be able to stop thinking about it. I'm going to be like, it's not that big of a deal. In my head, I'll be like, it's not that big of a deal though. And then I'd be talking to myself, I'd be like, you shouldn't really be worrying about this. It's not that big. And then I would just be constant, this loop.
Just
I wouldn't be able to be comfortable on a date until I talked about it. I would have to. But I would try to bring it up very lightly, just like, okay, hold on. I was on TikTok. I think my For You page served it to me because it's weird. And I saw that, but I don't know, is everything, if you don't want to be on a date.
Right, just being like chill, smooth about it.
What about this? What if you ended up in the same group again? Because it's a part of the same friend group. If you ended up side by side with her.
Yeah.
Do you just let it slide, or do you?
Or just pull up her TikTok next to you.
You're just watching it.
Check this TikTok out.
I'm a big fan. I've been watching it since the day that we first went on a date.
Yeah, because you could definitely be sneaky about it too. You could post your own TikTok. Watching a TikTok of a girl who talked about not wanting to go on this date with me.
Getting ready for a date that I am so excited for. I mean, obviously, like so much of my life is on the internet, but I don't understand people who share to that degree.
Yeah.
I don't understand it. Like, it's that meme of like people posting stuff and people respond being like, Batman couldn't get this information out of me. But it's like people just straight up put it out there. And I'm like, wow, you're saying to the internet you're about to go on a date you don't want to go on.
That's true. That does say a lot about you as well. If you are agreeing to dates that you don't
I think it would be a red flag for me even if I found out, oh, that wasn't for my date. I think I would still view that as a red flag because I'd be like, oh, that's a little disrespectful and weird.
Yeah, I think that's an interesting topic that I feel like I've been discussing with a lot of my friends in general. Like, how much of yourself should you put out there publicly?
Yeah.
Like, especially, for all of us, like, we're internet personalities. How much of our truth are we wanting to share? And what maybe is best to keep, like, within a friend group, like maybe personal stuff that could hurt other people, maybe that shouldn't go public. But I personally don't see any problem with being like, get ready with me to go on a date. Like, if you want to talk about you being out there in the dating world, totally fair. But I think the line of when it could hurt somebody and when you're maybe being a little naive about how widespread this TikTok could really go, like that is asshole behavior.
Yeah.
I'd definitely say less is more in terms of giving out private information as content. I had periods of time where I daily vlogged every single moment of my life, every single moment of my relationship. Like, I literally vlogged me getting engaged, and obviously that didn't work out. This is many years ago, but not worth putting it out there just because I think I was in the mindset of like, gotta get content out. And I think a lot of people get into that headspace, and less is more.
Let's see the comments here. I'd comment on the post and ask if the date went well. It's a bold move. I like that.
Whoa.
Someone said, I would message her and simply say, hey, your TikTok about getting ready for a date popped up on my feed. I'm sorry you didn't want to go. You could have simply told me and that would have been fine. If she messages back trying to explain or still express interest in you, simply turn her down. No further explanation required. People don't change behaviors if they aren't made aware that it affects other people. Someone else said, as an introvert with some social anxiety, I don't think I've ever wanted to go on a first date. Even if I really liked the guy and wanted to go to the location, my mind would always convince me I was going to be unhappy. Luckily, most of my first dates had been fine or great, sprinkle in a few duds. As an older woman, I don't understand this need to post everything that goes on in your life or in your mind. Sometimes it's nice just letting passing thoughts pass. But I also understand younger people grew up immersed in social media and this is normal to them. This person has made it clear that she's going to post things publicly that you may think should be private. That alone may drive you to decline any future dates with her. And if so, just let her know you saw her TikTok and aren't comfortable with your dates being the subject of her videos. Be forewarned, she may post about it. If you choose to see her again, I think it's worth having an honest conversation and setting your boundary around what you aren't comfortable with her posting. I think, frankly, my favorite out of those is just posting and saying how the date went. I think that's like
just being snarky back.
It's simple and it's like it gets it done.
Yeah.
And
it's kind of like charming.
I think it's kind of light because also the reality here is that they're in similar friend groups, they're gonna end up hanging out again.
Yeah.
And so you don't wanna make it super awkward.
Yeah.
It's one date, you can just still kind of like let it go without making it tense between the two of
Right.
you.
That is so tricky. I honestly can't say what I would do because I don't know how often they interact.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think other people pointed out something really great, which is, like how she's going to continue to act in the relationship. Because,
Yeah.
like if they have that conversation and it does go south, her next TikTok, like that guy saw my TikTok, like that's really good
Right.
clickbait. Like everybody would definitely watch that video. So if she is more focused on her image online and trying to get followers, get views and stuff like that, it's probably best for him to bow out now.
Absolutely.
Damn.
Update.
Oh!
So dumb. So let's see what happens. Hello, everyone. Some people have reached out to me through comments or chat asking for an update on the situation. Sadly, there isn't much to share at the moment, but I'll provide what I can. Please keep in mind that I won't be discussing this further, nor will I reply to comments. Thank you for your understanding. After last week's post, I read almost every comment, or at least most of them. I'm thankful to all those who commented and shared a bit of their own personal story. Some people mentioned that anxiety is normal and feeling like not going out is definitely common, suggesting that I shouldn't look too much into it. While I agree with their perspective and see no fault in not feeling like going out, what bothered me the most in this situation was having to post a TikTok for a significant audience. I'm a private person by nature, and even my social media accounts like Instagram have only a single post. I don't really like to overtly share, nor do I want to be with someone who does. It's completely fine to share whatever you want, I just don't want to be part of it. So I decided not to contact her. I chose to pretend I had never seen the post and let things be. I understand a lot of people might think this isn't the best choice, but I feel it's the best course for both of us. Last Thursday, a few friends, who also happen to know her, invited me for drinks. We went to a bar, and while we were eating and enjoying our drinks, a mutual friend asked me how my date went, as our circle was aware that we were going on a date. I didn't want to say much, so I just replied, "Oh, it was good, but I don't think we clicked." This friend followed it by saying, "We figured," which made me feel rather uneasy. When I asked what he was talking about, he hesitated but eventually said that they had seen a TikTok post from her about not wanting to go out. At this point, I didn't really know what to say. This situation is just incredibly messy for me, but there's not much I can do about it. Still, I wasn't going to mention it, nor did I try to look up if there was any update on her part. In fact, I deleted TikTok after that incident. It just wasn't doing me any good. Nevertheless, this past Saturday, she sent me a text. She mentioned that she enjoyed our date and asked if I wanted to go out again. I understand that she clearly stated that she enjoyed our time together. However, I don't want to be with someone who exposes so much of their personal life. It's not something that would be good for me. So I decided to tell her the truth and sent a text explaining that while I absolutely enjoyed our date, her company, and that I thought she was an amazing woman, her post from the night of our date came across my For You page on TikTok, and it made me feel really self-conscious. While I understand that she enjoyed the date, contrary to what she felt at the time of the post, I didn't feel comfortable going out with someone who had such a high level of exposure online. I wished her the best and expressed hope that she finds someone whose lifestyle aligns with her. She has read the message and left me on read ever since. I don't think she will reply, and I don't think we'll have a lot of social interactions going forward. I'm sorry if this wasn't the update you guys were expecting, but yeah, sadly, that's what the situation became. Anyhow, wish everyone a good day.
Wow.
That's curious. I got to be honest, I'm a little surprised she did ask him out again.
Yeah.
It has me leaning towards the thought that maybe it was a social anxiety thing of like, oh, I don't want to go on a date. Like, oh God.
Yeah.
I would have to see this TikTok, you know?
Right.
But I also think he made the right choice because it just
Sure.
sounds like he's recognizing we're just such different people. And
Yeah.
that's a fair thing to do.
Oh yeah, no, he's a king. I think he was so calm and he wasn't like, he wasn't attacking of her in any way. Like he was like, that's your life. Like this is how it made me feel.
Yeah.
But also I just don't think that this is gonna work out because of that. And I think it says a lot that she didn't respond. Like I think usually when you, in a lot of cases, like not responding to somebody putting their feelings out there, I think is really immature.
Absolutely.
Like he was being just so honest, and again, like he said that he wishes her the best and things like that. Like I would think that she just got embarrassed and was like, oh God, I gotta go.
Yeah.
And again, another sign that that relationship wouldn't work out. Had she maybe responded and been like, I'm so embarrassed, this is why I did that, or like, I shouldn't have done that, I'm sorry, I made a mistake, like, I'm sure he would have been like, totally fine, let's do that second date.
I also feel it's poignant to bring up again, and I you know, it's not usually fair, but you know, she's 28 years old. It's like, dude, by 28, you should be able to withstand a conversation that makes you uncomfortable.
Yeah.
You should be able to respond. Like, I understand when people are like teenagers and you're in your early 20s, you're still like gaining your confidence, you're still figuring out how to interact with certain situations.
Yeah.
But by 26, 28, like,
and
come on, you can
leaving
show
on
some
red
respect.
too.
That's
like,
crazy
Come on, that
behavior.
is so high school.
It's disrespectful at any age, but the older you get, the more I'm just kind of like, you didn't learn it by now?
right.
You know, like at a certain point, you figure it out.
I think it takes a lot of courage to have boundaries and to express those boundaries and at the same time be respectful in those. And he really was firm. He said, I don't think this is going to work. And he was so communicative about it. I think she was embarrassed, and then that's why she didn't respond.
Right.
Absolutely.
And for him to have like put on such a good date, for her to like completely 180, he sounds like a great guy.
Absolutely. And you know, bravo to him for he saw the red flags that were red flags to him, and he said, I'm calling it here. And I respect that.
King.
Yeah, king.
King.
King.